If you know about game engines, then you are a hardcore gamer. Yes, for some of us, it's important to know what is a game engine used for a video game, and some of us are so eager to know them that we can easily realize what is a game engine used in a title without even reading about it. For example, we can play Max Payne 3 and realize the smoothness of Rage Engine, and we can play Batman Arkham City and easily realize that it's made from Unreal Engine. Why should we know this stuff? Because if you are a gaming enthusiast, then you know that game engines are the tools that'll change the shape of gaming in the future, and right now, the future looks so shiny and bright for Unreal Engine 5. An engine that looks so awesome and everything about it declares that a new generation of video games is on our way. Before we get to the subject and discuss why Unreal Engine 5 could change the gaming we know today, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for me. Thanks. I already was fascinated for Unreal Engine 5 and the things that the creator of the engine showed us before, and we already know that so many big names in the industry are going to use this engine. For the measure, I can name drop titles like The Witcher 4 or the next Gears of War game. So you better be sure that Unreal Engine 5 is not kidding around. But the reason why I decided to dig more into this matter and make a video about it was the latest trailer for Hellblade 2. I know it was 3 weeks ago, but I was a little sick so I couldn't get into it, but now I am. Everything about the trailer shows us that the next gen hasn't arrived yet. We're still in the 8th generation, and although we have 9th generation consoles and even RTX 4090 now, we don't have the title that tell us officially we are in it. But Hellblade 2 latest trailer does just that. I mean, we've seen before what this new engine is capable of with the Matrix Awakening demo. That demo was perfect. It was a state of art. Everything about it felt out of this world. With all the things we've seen till now about this new engine, it got me thinking, what does this mean for the industry? How can this beast of an engine can impact video games? Well, I have some answers for you. When it comes to Unreal Engine 5, it's not all about the quality of video games. There are more important things about it that makes the engine such a critical one in the industry right now. One of them is easy to use features. Game developers use the engine in the end of the road. Before, you had to make the materials like the animations or the sound effects outside of the engine and implement all of them in it. But with the Unreal Engine 5, you can do pretty much everything inside the engine. Unreal Engine 4 was this way too, but the new generation of this engine expanded this feature. This is good on so many levels. For starters, small studios and teams are much more likely to use the new Unreal Engine, which is a powerful tool than engines like Unity. Obviously, Unity is pretty good too, but in Unreal Engine you can export much more optimized video games based on the high quality work you're developing. The quality of entry for even solo developers has been raised significantly by the arrival of Epic Games' Unreal Engine 5. Creating games with Unreal Engine 5 now means easily implementing dynamic lighting, shadows, and potentially huge worlds for players to explore. And for larger studios and more experienced developers, it means their game development cycle can skyrocket in quality. Using the new tools like MetaHuman and World Partition, developers can create high quality and lifelike models to inhabit realistically created worlds and landscapes. Thanks to its modularity, with game features plugins, developers will also be able to implement new features or downloadable content with shorter turnarounds. One of the most challenging things to develop in a game is realistic lighting. If you look at games released until the late 2010s, you'll find that they're easily distinguishable from reality. That's because it isn't easy to recreate realistic lighting in virtual scenes. The film industry has started using ray tracing to create global illumination in their scenes as early as 2013. However, gaming hasn't caught up with this yet, as it takes a lot of time to render a single frame. That's why it was impossible to apply ray tracing to fast-paced games that ran at 60 frames per second or more. Nevertheless, in 2018, Nvidia released the first commercially available ray tracing video cards in the RTX series. Soon after, Unreal Engine 5 began natively supporting the technology. Unreal Engine 5 furthers this support with the release of Lumen. This system is a fully dynamic global illumination and reflection engine that allows scenes to render realistic lighting in real time. It also features virtual shadow mapping, allowing 3D items to create high-resolution shadows as they should look in real life. It's also designed to replace the many existing shadowing techniques, thus reducing the load on the system. It is challenging to create custom scenes in virtual worlds, especially if you have to build everything from scratch. Suppose a game developer wants to create a chaotic scene where players can interact with almost every asset, like hiding behind junk, getting hit by flying debris, or even being stopped by a wall. In that case, they'll have to create every piece in that location from scratch. This is where the Megascan's asset library comes in. Created in partnership with Quixel, developers now have access to over 16,000 different and unique assets. They can even use a built-in tool to mix and match different assets to create a new one from scratch. Furthermore, if the object they need isn't available in the library, the game developer can use Quixel mobile app to 3D scan an asset in the real world. They don't need specialized equipment, lighting, and experience to make a high-quality digital object, and neither do they have to create it from scratch. The Unreal Engine 5 also includes metahumans, allowing developers to create realistic humans quickly. You can customize facial features like cheekbones, facial hairs, eye color, wrinkles, and more. Furthermore, this tool prepares the virtual human's body, making it easy to animate in the game engine. Finally, if the game developer wants to recreate a scene in the real world, Unreal Engine 5 partnered with Cesium, which lets you download high-detailed 3D geospatial data from any mapped surface on the Earth. So if you're a game developer and want to recreate a specific area, you don't have to fly there and record the place yourself. All you need to do is download the mapped area from Cesium. And let's not forget, one of the best things to happen to Unreal Engine is its free-to-use system. First employed under Unreal Engine 4, Unreal Engine 5 is free for all developers with less than $1 million in revenue. Once your game exceeds that, you have to pay 5% of your gross revenues to Epic for using the game engine. However, this fee is possible for all games released on the Epic Games Store, so you cannot release the game on Steam. This payment system allows indie game developers to create games without paying for expensive software or worrying about massive royalties. And if they put their games on the Epic Games Store, they won't have to worry about making any payments for the game engine. Thanks for sticking up to the end. This has been your boy Polycraze. I'm sorry for the long absence. I will make more videos from now on. See you guys later.